just because you're gone. And all that's left is the stupid song. Sorry you had to raise your voice. I understand it's not my choice. I'll be your girl, I'll be your wife. I'll wait on you for the rest of my life. Please don't be sad, please don't get mad. I'll wait on you for your mom and dad. I'll be your wife, wash all of your clothes. I'll look away when you're saying us. If it sounds girly, if it sounds dumb, tell me what to do. I'll change for my love. You don't have to hold me. You don't have to kiss me. Make me your wife. I'll clean what's dirty. Alice says she doesn't like where she's at, but it's worth it to try something new. You can't be afraid to get your head wet outside of looking for new things to do. Alice says that after just a few drinks, things seem to go back to the way that they were. She says I've been waiting a long time to do this, and then she drops her money in the water. Drunk Rude Alice. Drunk Rude Alice. Alice says she'd like to come visit more. I don't think anyone would protest. She says we bring her a side of her that she thought was gone. It's a side of her that I think she's missed. Hey, Alice, lighten up, I said. Don't be so rude. Ain't she not that anyone could say that? You must not know me very well. And she smiles, and when she smiles, everyone always smiles back. Drunk Rude Alice. Drunk Rude Alice. Drunk Brewed Alice.
So, a creature for my amusement. Prepare for battle.
Well, it's nighttime, don't you know? There's a place you need to go. Grab your gal and grab your bow, cause it's time for the secret show. If you're feeling sad and low, and you're running out of dough, make it quick, don't take it slow, and head for the secret show. It's time for the secret show!
My name is Smithers O'Neill, and I like big booty bitches.
Yeah. Fuck. Drunk Brewed Alice. I do like that song. That used to be the closing theme to this wonderful show here. Can you guys hear me okay? I got levels, but that don't mean dick in this day and age. Good morning, everybody. I know it's not morning, but fuck it. We like we like consistency around here. Willie Bragg, $10, man. You are the best. Listening to the Hamburger Hobos reminds me of bands I would listen to almost every weekend at Rockefeller when I was at ECU. That's East Carolina University in Greenville, North Carolina, or the local 506 in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Thank you, Willie. I'm going to adopt you if I ever decide to be a parent, which is probably not going to happen anytime soon. I hope not. we don't want that. We got enough troubles on this planet. Let's get to everybody. Man, fucking Rumble's popping, man. Look at that. Quasar. What's up, Quasar? Good to see you, man. We got longtime listener on there and Spirit of the Age. Miguel's double dipping too. Ghost Art's over there too. Good to see all you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday night. I hope everything's kicking like a chicken for you. Let's get over here to we got that. Well, a little all quiet on the Western Front on Rockfin right now, but I'm sure our regulars will pop up soon. They're always they're fashionably late people. They like to they don't like to be on a party right when it starts. You know, they'll come about an hour later, that kind of thing. So. All right, let's get to everybody. We got a lot of people here. Miguel, what's up, man? Good to see you. We got CBC voter. Yeah, fuck yeah, it's stoner time. It's stoner o'clock. And a broke clock smokes twice a day. If you're into that sort of thing, as I say, trying to choke back the tears. Steve G, I know who you are. You're that evil leprechaun everybody's talking about. Who else? We got Choosy in here writing books and letters to people he don't even know. We got Desert Manners in the house. Good to see you. Anonymous joining us from across the pond. Good to see you, my friend. Max RJ holding it down for us. Good to see you, my man. Dick Crazy. What'd you say, Dick Crazy?
This is Dick Crazy.
Bitch, watch your mouth. We got decent people here tonight. We got Pittsburgh Dude 87. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Wesley, always a pleasure. Hope you're living well, my friend. Who else we got in the mix? Chuck's Intergalactic UFO Show, Intergalactic, another dimension. Who else is in here? Willie, I already said hi to you, but I'll say hi to you again. Man, all the good people are here. I love it. It's good. This is gonna be a good night. I tell you, I'm a big fan of, like, I don't know, probably late 60s through early 90s music, right? Because there's such a plethora, a good mix in there for everybody to enjoy, and it just feels good. It's just good music, right? I look, if you're a young person today and you like, Drake or all these groups today, I don't really give a fuck. It's a generational thing. We didn't really, I didn't like my parents' music, but my parents' music was just, my parents were so old, it was just like sticks banging against rocks. So they're pretty old. Bing, bing, boom, 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 boom. Some 2001: A Space Odyssey that they throw the bone up in the air and it turns into a drumstick and he comes back down. Turns out it's Neil Peart. Zell, what's up? Good to see you. Oh, we got to talking a wombat. Womabat. Good to see you. There is. You're right, Willie. I've managed to find a couple bands that I like in the past, past 10 years, I guess. I think I've told you about that. I like Fitz and the Tantrums. I discovered them probably, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years ago. No Small Children out of San Diego. Fuck Steve G. You be nice, okay? Rumble spells my name incorrectly. I know who you are. I was just funning you. Yeah, Fitz and the Tantrums, man. Fitz, especially because I think what Fitz and the Tantrums do, their albums are kind of like a theme, right? Because like a lot of the songs that I like are on like kind of the 60s themed kind of stuff. A lot of organ, and some horns in there too. Social Station. Yeah, throw out your favorite rock bands that you like. Let's hear it. Or punk from recent years. Let's see what you got. The Walker, Texas Ranger, Corey Wong and the Wong Notes. All right. Here we go. We got The Jam. I don't know if you're just in Choosy land, but I'm going to say Ray Willie. Quasar, is that a band? Or are you asking what a woman is? The Walker is a song from Fat. Oh, Fat. Look at you, Fat. Fits in the Tantrums. Look at you, like you're an insider. The Incredible Shrinking Dickies. And we got Molkat Doma from Belarus. Belarus, will you do the fandango? The Walker. What album is that from, Miguel? Free Willy. You wish. No, everybody's got to pay. Yeah, but Dead-Eye Dick's not. They're not new. That's 90s, dude. We're talking about in the last 10 years or so. 10 to 15 years. I was going to say the Donnas. I like the Donnas, but I think they're more like late 90s, early 2000s, I think. So that doesn't really, I don't know if that works or not. So, good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well, and if you are brand new, to this bullshit, please obey the chicken, else we get the hose again. And I don't get to eat for a week. This motherfucker's a slave driver, man. Fucking chickens. The Donnas. I tell you, who invited you is probably that beginning. That the Bronx, but they came from the early 2000s. Okay, you know what? Let's just say the 2000s. From 2000 on. So no 90s, no 80s, no 70s, 60s. 2000 on. What is a band that you've discovered that you're like, oh shit, this is some good ass shit? And I tell you, No Small Children, they kind of remind me a little bit of the Donnas, because it's all girls, and they're teachers from San Diego, and it's just fucking amazing. And I discovered their music while watching the Santa Clarita Diet with what's her face, that chick that was in Poltergeist, that I can't remember her name now. Stoner brain. But yeah, Lebanon Hanover reminds me of early Susie and the Banshees. The only Susie and the Banshees song I know is from the late 90s. What's going on here? What the hell? What the shit's going on here? When you see behind the scenes, I just lost my chicken live stream. I was going to show you chickens, and then they said, nope. We are done. Motherfuckers. Anyway, fuck it. It was a good run. All right, so it's Saturday night. I hope you're doing well. I don't know what you've been doing tonight. Probably watching Beauty and the Boomer, or maybe you just got back from a party or something, or maybe you're just hanging out at the house. In any event, I hope you're doing well. Muna? Is it Muna or Muna? Massive Attack. I'm not privy to Massive Attack history. I will allow it. Since I don't know, and ignorance is bliss. Hong Kong Garden from Susie and the Banshees from 1978 is awesome. You know, they had an album in the early 90s too, Susie and the Banshees. Because I remember when my first gig in radio, I was at a top 40 station, and they had a song called Kiss Them For Me. And it was a pretty decent song. Not too bad. Thank you, Chuck. The chicks are having a secret show of their own. Giggity, giggity, goo, giggity, goo, giggity, goo, giggity, goo, 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 goo. Oh, no, I missed it.
Giggity, 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 goo.
Thank you. The chicks. We were watching a movie earlier this evening, and this guy said, yeah, this broad. I'm like, you imagine going up to one of these Karens and calling her a broad? You scratch your eyeballs out. Look, Willie's my age. Of course he has to go old school. He's an old punker. Willie has I think Willie should do a music show. I think he should just talk about the music and then like play some, get his channel taken down for copyright strikes. Look at me not caring about Willie getting his channel taken down because I want him to do a music show. Yeah, they might like it, own it for sure. Random thoughts from Choosy. According to Katie and Whitney's bigoted puppy eyes, don't forget Sabrina, and let's throw in what's his name, Roger Waters, and Abby Martin might as well. Okay, thank you for that. Rick, you taking a break from hell? You grew up on Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Soundgarden, and Alice in Chains. I played that. I did. When I worked at Mix 106 in Starkville, Mississippi. Mix 106. Because that was the like kind of you had we were still playing stuff like The Cure and stuff, but then all of a sudden we were playing Nirvana too. We had this Wednesday nights, we had the new music night because it was a classic rock station, right? So we would play new rock, and we'd play Nirvana, we'd play Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, just fucking the best. The Willie karaoke show with ExtraBulla commentary. We should do that again. We get Willie to stream, do drunk karaoke again, and then I'll stream Willie. I'll be like, with the website up, and then me in the corner, and it'll be like a simulcast. Oh, Pantera, yeah. Now, see, now you're starting to get more into, like, Pantera. There's, who is it? Who is it that did, Down with the Sickness? You start getting into those bands, right? If you follow Picketed Puppy Eyes, you will never, ever come. What? I don't even know what that means. I was a college DJ when the Soundgarden and Silverchair's first demo albums were making the rounds. All right, okay. Well, then you and I are around the same age there, spirit of the age. You may be spirit of the old age. I'm just saying. Hey-o! Or probably more like it. Cocteau twins. Man, I haven't heard that in a while. That's like, you go back to like Echo and the Bunnymen, the Jesus and Mary chain. Oh, Dave Thomas from Perry Ubu died. I always, every time I hear Dave Thomas, I always think of the guy who owned Wendy's. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and he wasn't good on the guy was, I think he was kind of a shit lib on the fucking Masks too. The guy from Disturbed. He's talk about being disturbed, right? Heyo. Yeah, so the Pope died this week or last week. I think it's last Sunday. I've been off for the news for the last few times because yeah, I had to take a mental break and I wasn't feeling that good too. So, but I have to get the Secret Show in because Secret Show is this is medicine for me, right? I enjoy doing this show and hanging out with you guys because it's just like we all get to commiserate, talk about whatever we want. It's good. So I appreciate all y'all for hanging out with a tired, bitter old man on a Saturday night. So let's get to some videos, shall we? You came all this way. So this is the first one. Man, Chicken City. That is so wild. I mean, it literally just said, we're done with the stream. No mas pollos. I was like, all right, well, I guess they were sleeping. Oh, you like this shirt? I'm either a Boogaloo boy or I'm either a Boogaloo boy or I work at Trader Joe's. So one of the two, or I'm a Boogaloo boy that works at Trader Joe's. So it's double the pleasure. Yeah, I love Hawaiian shirts, man. Whenever the Boogaloo Boys came, did their thing, and we're wearing the Hawaiian shirts, I'm like, why are you wearing Hawaiian shirts? Fuck off. It's secretly delicious. Are they going to cryogenically freeze him? They can't pass on the opportunity to make a popsicle. You stupid. You're so stupid, Poppy. I can't, Rico, you stupid. Conspiriality. Hello there. What is up with you, good person? I hope you're doing well. Dave Thomas from Pere Ubu was probably the only punk rock new wave group that was a Jehovah's Witness. Interesting. That's nice. I love backstories, man. I love like the hidden the secret not meanings, but like little fun facts that you don't get very often. So Fido Dido t-shirts, interesting. Folks, Japan is pretty much a lot of the rest of the world is ahead of us in everything. Socialized medicine, some form of democracy that doesn't involve getting randomly deported, that kind of thing. Well, Japan, they're always on the cutting edge and doing all kinds of cool things. So this is, who is this from? So this is Lost in Japan. I actually have a Facebook video on here tonight. But everything else is on YouTube. So all these are on YouTube. This is Lost in Japan is the name of the channel. So this is 3 things why Japan is so much better than the United States in this regard.
First, ice cream shops in Japan have replaced the usual staff with a cow robot. All you gotta do is put the ice cream cone in its hand, and it will meticulously serve you the most perfect ice cream you've ever had.
I gotta have more cow cone.
Next, on Japanese airplanes, there's a button below the window that, with just a press, slowly dims the glass. It blocks out the glare while still letting you enjoy the
Look at
view.
that witchcraft.
Lastly, shopping carts in many Japanese supermarkets are equipped with built-in magnifying glasses. These help elderly customers or anyone with vision difficulties easily read small text labels without needing to squint or pull out their glasses.
That's wild. Yeah. Meanwhile, in America, we got people on hover rounds haunting the Walmart for you. Okay, let's try that again. See, I mean, you look at Shanghai and China, and it looks like fucking Blade Runner, only without the rain. I know, right? Smart shit. I don't understand. America is so fucked up. New Pope is supposedly the last one from an old prophecy allegedly attributed to an old saint named Malachi. Interesting. That blow your mind there, Ghost Start? Look at that. Well, you know, the Japan had, what is it, the lost... Then they had, like, in the 90s, didn't they have, like, the lost decade where they're, like, their economy was just, like, super shit or something, and now it's back to reality, or it's back to goodness. One reason to love Japan are the pretty girls. Willie, you horn dog. I know you was going to say something about chicks. One reason to love Japan are the pretty girls with the long black hair and bangs. At 50, many of them still look like they're 20. Yeah. Asian women, look, I'm gonna tell you this. I grew up. I lived in New York for 15 years, and I frequented a few of the Chinatowns that are in New York. There's one in Brooklyn. There's one in Manhattan. There's one in Queens that I know for sure. I don't know if there's one in the Bronx. There might be one in Staten Island, but it's like Asian women. They'll be just hot till they get about 60, and then they get to 65, and that switch hits, and it's all of a sudden, you know, it's like the portrait of Dorian Gray, all of a sudden, and then, yeah, but I don't know what it is. It's just like they just give up, or maybe it's just like they're holding their breath and they stay pretty, and then they go when they're old, and then it just like, so. But I don't hate on Asian. I love Asian women. I love all women. They're delicious. CBC Voter says, I hide it, now I found it. I hide it, now I found it. Good plan. Hide the bone. Yeah. So our next item up for bids here, our friend Cody Tucker from the Cody Tucker Show. He's starting to be a regular on this show now because I love his word origins, right? You know, he's all, you come to this show, you might learn some shit, whether you want to or not. You know, it's probably going to happen. So, this next one is Cody, and he's going to give us some word origins. Enjoy. Oops, hang on. Or not enjoy. I did this last week too. I'm such a bitch. Okay, here we go.
The Greek word herpion means to crawl or creep. Hippocrates used that word to describe the slow-spreading skin lesions of the disease that became known as herpes. The word herpion eventually became the Latin word serpens, which became the word serpent. This is also why a person who studies reptiles, especially snakes, is called a herpetologist. In Greek mythology, one of Hercules' 12 labors was to kill the poisonous Hydra. After he killed the Hydra, he dipped the tips of his arrows in the Hydra's poison so that he could use them for later battles. The Greek name for the Hydra's poison was toxicon, which is where we get the word toxic.
Nice. So yeah, you can thank the Greeks for toxic people in your life. And you know some. I know you do. We all know toxic people. Or at least have come across toxic people in their life. So, but I love that shit. I didn't know any of that stuff. I'm hooked on that guy's channel now. I'll just watch the shorts to find out what these things mean. You're drunk, high, and alive. All right, Steve G. You told me it was G. Makes a real splash. You knew a Greek once. It's all Greek to me, if you think about it in a way that doesn't really make any sense. Yeah. So, anything else pop in here? Go start, you crazy broad. So our next video is, I like this guy too. A dingo ate me, baby. Hello. The Greeks invented orgies and the Romans perfected it by adding women. Hey, yo.
You do it because you've got a nipple fetish, motherfucker.
Oh, who doesn't have a nipple fetish? Everybody loves nipples. All right. We all have them. I see your googly eyes as the new WEF overlord. Let's do the show like this, where this is my face. Wait a minute, let me put that down. Hello, I'm the WEF overlord. I'm like the WWE overlord. Yeah, that was a good one. Random thoughts from Choosy, number 674. If you take vitamin B1, then it will prevent the loss of your memory of those bigoted puffy eyes, shriveling your semi and nocturnal Woody. Woody?
Get your hand off my penis!
He is. Listen. Naze has got me blocked on Rumble because I kept asking him about his nipples. And look, I get it. All right, you get to a point where you're like, all right, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why you keep asking me about nipples? All right, I get it. All right, but they're so hypnotic, and they just glisten. They were very glisten, like he rubbed aloe on them or something, kept them soft. For a second, all I could see was the microphone. Yeah, I know, right? It's my friend. That's my friend. Look at him. He looks all fucked up and shit. He looks special needs. There we go. There we go. That's probably about as good as that's gonna get. There we go. Innies, what's up with his nipples? Truth violates community guidelines. Hello there. What the hell? What's up with his nipples? Nothing. He's. All right, I bring you down. You're a little bit too high there. So the thing is, I don't know. This was a while back, and me and some pals on Twitter we noticed that he was doing streams with his shirt off, right? And I think he's down in Florida, and we it was. Naze didn't do very well during the pandemic. He was a little sensitive, and but I don't think Naze is a bad guy. I think he's pretty decent, but he is a little oversensitive, and I guess if you're an oversensitive person and a stranger starts talking about your nipples, you're probably gonna get defensive too, right? And I'm proud to be mammalian. Oh, drippy. But yeah, so I got on the stream one day and I just kept praising his nipples. I wasn't like being sexual or anything. As a man, I wish I had nipples like that too. I was actually kind of jealous. Maybe that's why he sensed that. So the next item up for bids here is our buddy Matty McTech, and he always has these cool little websites that people probably don't know about, that just have some sort of cool functionality to it. And this one is AI related one too. So check this out. So this is Matty McTech.
Alpha websites, you should know, part 321. Did you know if you go to this website, I'll hold it here for a second. You can ask this tool to create anything for you. So let's
hang on a second. So it's enzostvs-deepsite.hf.space. Yeah, so you can just freeze frame on this later if you want to do this. So this is pretty cool.
You can ask this tool to create anything for you. So let's say I want to create a homepage for a restaurant in Italy, and when I hit enter, it'll generate all the code for you and give you a preview of what it looks like. So we have our landing page here. Looks like we got our lasagna bolognese on special. And if we scroll down, we have our entire menu. But another thing I found out is if you copy data that you found online or have in Excel, so I'm going to copy this data of Marvel movies. And then you go back to the tool and say, create a visual representation and add more commentary to this data. And then you paste the data that you copied and hit enter. It'll generate the perfect representation for your data. So we can filter by each phase. It also gives us box office performance graphs and budget versus worldwide gross. You can also ask it to create games for you. So let's say I want to create a Cyberpunk Flappy Bird clone. Let's see how good I'm at this game. All right, pretty easy so far. It looks very cyberpunky. Got one.
Yeah, and he lost. But that, man, AI, see, I think we've talked about this before. AI in the right hands is probably pretty fucking cool, right? You could probably do a whole bunch of shit that you could never do before, you know. Does it replace art? Absolutely not. I think art is a vital part of humanity. And I'm afraid that we might be losing that because of AI, where people are just doing AI and not actually creating their own things. So, which, you know, yeah, it's easy to use, but when we start using tools that are making life too easy, and then, you know, a coronal mass ejection hits the earth and wipes out the electricity, you know, a lot of younger people aren't going to know what the fuck to do. They're not going to know how to, like, really, I mean, unless they learn shit online already and maybe downloaded it to something or wrote it down or have actual books, paper books. But we have to be careful. But that's pretty cool. I like Matty McTech. He's a cool guy. He looks old like me, maybe in his 40s. So, Sky or hear me out. We get Skynet, dude. With all these fucking Zionists, I wouldn't mind some Skynet at this point. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's not run by them. I know. Well, that's one of the things I like about him. He mispronounces words on purpose. So he says "I-tally," lasagna. Use your brain and your tool less. Giggity. You know, but it should be complementary. It shouldn't be something that replaces art, or replaces your ability to do stuff. But now let's say, like, for example, that website that he created, right, for the I-tally, the Italian food. Now, if you're a restaurateur, I guess that's who it is. Somebody owns a restaurant, and you want to design like a website for your menu and stuff, and you ain't got time to sit there and code it out, or even use one of these websites that helps you piece it in together. If you just said, fuck it, I just want this website up, and so I can focus on cooking. Now that's cool. You know, it's complimentary. It's an accessory. It's not, you know, something that takes over something. Noor Jasmine's latest video on the OpenAI guy's murder is really good. Oh, I heard about that. Like how playing a stereo replaced playing it, or more like how using a computer with loops and you know, beats and stuff instead of playing an actual instrument. It's probably more like it, but yes. Because this is, yeah, you're more just like listening instead of being involved in it. So, Israel IDF. Everybody's afflicted by the Order of Malta nipple. Why you spitting truth, Choosy? Why you gotta be like that? All right, we got more. You know I like making fun of children. I don't have any kids, at least not that I know of. I better not. No, sir. So this next one, these kids are telling us what they want to be when they grow up, and it's pretty fucking sad, y'all. I ain't got kids. I'm like, I'm scared. I'm afraid of the future. So this is from Rapid. I tend to watch a lot of these ranking moments, funniest whatever things. I don't know how the rankings work. I don't really care, but I just like to see the video. So, and I'm sure you do too. So let's check it out, and I'll shut the fuck up.
What are you gonna be when you grow up? Who?
I'm not black.
No.
And I want to be black when I grow up. I'm a girl, and I can do anything. When I be a big kid, I'll be black.
When Isaac grows up, he wants to work at McDonald's.
There is no way someone dreams to work at Walmart.
When I grow up, I want to be a Walmart worker.
Wow.
When I turn to a grown up, I don't want to be a fat grown up. I want to be a skinny grown up.
Do you know any fat grown ups?
It's not very fresh.
Damn.
Where's her mother working?
I'm 6 years old. When I grow up, I want to be a stripper.
I'm telling y'all, idiocracy's already here, and we didn't have to wait 500 years. We just had to wait 500 minutes. That shit showed up real quick. Elon's gonna be the new pope. Good. I know, it's pretty. I like the kid, the little girl at the beginning, and said, "I could be anything I want. When I grow up, I'm gonna be black." Oh, these damn children! I just want to beat them. No, I don't. I just want them to leave me the fuck alone. Although, you know, to be fair, the kids on TV are annoying, but you know, kids in real life, they're not that bad until they start crying, and then you're like, okay, get the fuck away from me. Look fat. His grandpa probably has to work at Walmart to pay property tax. Yeah, no shit, right? What's up, cowboy? Kitty! Meow. That's what a cat says whenever they feel hurt. Because they said me. Ow. Yeah. Okay. Folks, we have more stuff. I think. Do we? Of course we do. So I like to play these. I like to play this from, who is this from? This is G Plus Animation, where they have the ladies in the office, and it's usually the one, the manager that's always trying to get the employee to do some shit, and the employee knows more about the rules than they do. Nice. You know that when I grow up, I want to be retired. Not gonna lie, Quasar, my eyes were kind of blurry when I saw that. At first I saw it, it said, when I grow up, I want to be retarded. I was like, you don't have to wait. We can make those dreams come true right now. So we can. Who wants to grow up and be retarded? I don't know. That's probably not a good idea. So anyway, so this is, I don't know if you've ever dealt with HR or ever been hired by an HR person. A lot of times they can be pretty clueless because they don't really know the job that they're interviewing you for. That's happened to me a couple times where I kind of knew the job better than they did, and I wasn't even working there yet. So this one is, like I said, this is from G Plus Animation, and this is when you realize HR isn't qualified to interview you. Let's watch.
Well, your resume looks fantastic. I just have to call your references, and you should be good to go. You said you like to stay busy, so that's a lot to catch up on. So just really quick, before we get any further, just because I don't want to waste anybody's time, what is the starting pay? Because I don't want to, wait for you to call me back and then find out that the starting pay is not something that I'm okay with. Yeah, so the salary ranges between $17.28 to $17.90 an hour.
Gross.
Okay, I definitely saw that on the website, but I do have my master's degree. So where does that factor into the pay scale? What's that? What's a master's what's a master's degree? I'm sorry. Did you just ask me what's a master's degree? Yeah, all these new terms these days, no one can keep up. What does it mean? So it essentially means that I'm specialized in this field, like it's a postgraduate degree, preparing me to essentially become an expert in this field specifically. I can't believe you don't know what a master's degree is. Oh, okay. Reggie, have you heard the term master's degree before? Do you know if we're paying any extra for that? No, I've never heard of that. Okay, give me just 1 second. A master's degree is fancy. Okay, all right, listen, they might kick my butt for doing this, but we can take you up to $18 an hour. I feel like that would be a fair representation of your degree. Please don't call me. I'm gonna go, but please don't call me.
I'm gonna go, but please don't call me. I have to tell you, I lasted at this one job for about 3 weeks. I lasted through the some part of the training. So we were, okay, so I was hired for this job, right? And I go to the job interview first, right? And it's chaos. It's chaos already, because they get there, there's no sign-up sheet or anything to say who, because it's one of these group hiring things, right? And they have like 2 or 3 people who are doing interviews. So nobody knows who's going to be going next, because they didn't have like a sign-in sheet to let you know who's next. And the lady says, well, we'll just do this on the honor system. And we're like, no, that's not really how that works. But that wasn't the worst part. So once they hired you, then they wanted you to do training, but you had to do training on a computer. It was the training was online, right? But they didn't have computers there. They didn't have Wi-Fi there. And so they made us use our phones and our data to do training on. And, yeah, needless to say, I didn't stay there very long. So, you were fired on your 28th birthday at J&R. You're not talking about J&R in New York, are you? That music and computer store. And that's why you're self-employed. Yeah, exactly. I bet it's scary being self-employed, but the best part of it is your boss. Your boss is an asshole. High school grads get $7.50. Yeah, and it's still $7.25. Isn't that still the minimum wage? Since like, who bumped it up? Was it the last one? Was it Bush or was it Clinton? It's been a while, right? And none of these motherfuckers are going to try. If you think Democrats are going to ever do anything with the minimum wage, you can keep dreaming. You can keep wishing. You can, as they say, you can wish in one hand and you can shit in the other and see which one fills up first, right? So yeah, that was who was that? Yeah, that was G Plus Animation. I love those videos because I've been in office situations before, and some of those people are just so fucking stupid. This next one's gonna piss you off. This is Rick, I think this is somewhere down near your neck of the woods. I don't know where this is in Texas, but I think it is in Texas. But this guy, his name on YouTube, it's kind of weird. It's SAEXTAZYPREZ. So that's Sextazy Prez. I don't know. But this guy he'll go around and he'll be generous and like do like landscaping and mow yards and stuff for like old elderly people and whatnot for free, right? But the cops, they ain't down with that. They ain't down with your charity ass bullshit. So please get pissed off with me as we watch this.
Aside, because if you get in my way, there's going to be problems. You understand?
I didn't break any laws. I just wanted to help someone who couldn't afford help. Today, I went to mow the lawn for an 80-year-old widow. She lives alone, on a fixed income, and her front yard had grown wild after weeks of heat and rain. She told me the city had already warned her. Clean it up or get fined. Thing is, she can't afford to pay the $300 the city charges to cut it, so I offered to do it for free. I'd barely gotten halfway through when 2 police cruisers pulled up, lights on, doors swinging open. One officer steps out and says, "You need to shut that mower off now." I was confused, thought maybe they were checking in. But then he told me I was trespassing, and under investigation for unauthorized property maintenance.
Unauthorized property maintenance, right? So just to recap, the lady can't, they're going to charge the city, you're going to charge this lady $300 to do what this guy's doing for free, right? But now these cops have come up and said that he's doing illegal maintenance. This sounds like some homeowners association bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's continue.
I pointed at the lady standing on her porch, waving frantically. She asked me to help, I said. She gave me permission. They ignored her. One of them told me the yard fell under a municipal code that made it restricted property because of pending fines. The woman kept pleading, trying to explain, but they wouldn't listen. One officer handcuffed me right there in front of her. Turns out the local department offers a paid lawn service, and if neighbors or charities step in for free, they interfere with city business. I sat in the back of the cruiser, watching that poor woman cry on her porch. I wasn't charged. They let me go later with a warning. But they told me next time it would be a citation for disruption of municipal process. I'm going back this week to finish the job before they fine her, even if it means getting arrested again.
That's a good person right there. That is a really, you know, when you say, whenever you think, oh man, everybody's fucking shitty in the world. Not everybody. There's still pockets of good people around. So, so that was, Sex Dizzy Prez. That's pretty wild. Can you imagine that though? Where the fuck, man, you wonder why people hate the fucking government. What's up, Laney P? Laney P, what's going on? Good to see you. I know that's mutual aid. He was helping out this old lady. They wanted, those cops said, no, you can't do this for free. She's got to let the city do it for $300 fucking dollars. And probably that woman ain't got $300 to spend on that bullshit. Could he have said it didn't matter. It didn't matter. I don't think it would have mattered because it sounds like some homeowners association shit. I had a friend of mine who lived in a neighborhood that was a HOA kind of thing. And, like you couldn't have stuff a certain height. You had to put I'm like, what kind of fucking Nazi shit is this? You know? You think you've seen that dude's video? Yeah, it sounds illegal. I'll tell you this. The tyrant cops were completely out. Of course they were. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They want their money. And you'll see, you know why you see a lot of, like, at the end of the month, you'll see, like, a lot of, like, roadblocks and stuff like that. Because it's quota time, baby. It's quota time. And what's the best way to get your quota is to stop random people on the highway who may have a tail light out or something. You give them a ticket. And a lot of these small municipalities, they do that. Strangers come into town. They don't know what's up. And there may be some weirdo random bullshit law that they broke that they didn't know they broke, and then they charge them, that guy was a good dude. This seems like it's an Austin type of bully. It is in Texas. He's got videos. Let me see. You know what? Hang on a second. Well, we'll do that later. But he's got other like longer videos on there talking about police fuckery. And as I was going through looking at videos today for the show tonight, I saw several where it's just cops, just with guns pulled, just screaming at just regular ass people. These cops are just fucking roided out and coked out and just fucking paranoid as fuck. Yeah, and you want people like that to have guns, right? Conspiriality says, I highly recommend the average person watch Cop Watch channels for a couple of weeks and attorney channels. Yeah, and know the law. Especially if you drive. I don't drive. I drive people crazy, but I don't drive cars. But if I did, I want to make sure I know the local laws, because these cops, they either looking for money or they're looking to be bullies and to pull some fucking power trip on you. Yeah, Texas is wild. You know what, Rick? Fun fact, when me and my buddy Captain Peon, we moved out to California from Mississippi, and we traveled through Texas, and we went through, like, let's see, so Louisiana, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, then California. Guess where we got a ticket? Everything's bigger in Texas, including the tickets. Yeah, so, yeah, the cops don't know the laws they're expected to enforce. Right. You see these videos, these people quoting the law to them, go, that ain't right. And then you bring your supervisor over here. And then the supervisor might know the law. And then you're like, yeah, you're right. And your whole day's fucked, man. And then you got people who are the really fucked up ones are the ones who get charged with crimes they didn't commit, and they spend like 10, 20, 30, 40 years in prison for bullshit. Right? And things are just going to get worse, y'all. I'm just saying, be very vigilant. Know your laws, know your local laws, because these motherfuckers, they're coming for you. All right, so that was a little bit of seriousness. Sorry, I know this is supposed to be a fun show, but I saw that and I said, I got to share that with the peeps because he's such a good person, man. So if anything, the takeaway from that video is there are good people and cops are mostly shitty. So if you didn't figure that out, that's fine. This one's very quick, but speaking of AI from before, so, a lot of, there's a couple of videos on, I don't know, there may be a few of these videos that have AI voices on here. But like our friend Maddie McTech, a lot of them like to mispronounce words, which is kind of funny. So this is from Facebook, our lone Facebook entry for this evening. And it's a crocheting page, right? This is from The Crochet Ideas, okay? So crochet, CROCHET, right? That's how you pronounce it, crochet. But this is how this AI voiceover thing says it.
Is crotch eating hard for you? Do you constantly have hand pain and can't get consistent yarn tension? Well, make your crotch eating experience easier and get these rings free with the link in our bio.
So they're saying crocheting. I mean, the script says crocheting, and the
Is crotch eating hard for you? Do you?
I'm gonna have to clip that. I guess I'm gonna have to clip that. Is crotch eating hard for you? Where you reply,
Get your hand off my penis!
My buddy Amber on Facebook said that to me. I don't know. I forgot to set a setting or something, so we're not on Facebook tonight, and I apologize for that. Because we may have one or two Facebook people, and they're like, "Why aren't you streaming?" Technical shit has just been the bugaboo all week. So And last week too. So I have a lot of things to fix in the next few days. Yeah, crotch eating. It's special rings that you wear. So if you're going to eat a crotch, it's like a reminder, to, if you're going to be down there, licking the little man in the rowboat, make sure you get the asshole too.
You're not such an asshole after all.
Oh yeah, you're definitely an asshole. Because that's what you want. I don't know. I don't know how many ass eaters are out there. I'm not personally into, licking on the love gravy. But, if that's your thing, that's fine. Now, if it's a clean anus, like if she shows me, like she takes like a soapy wash rag and washes her anus and then rinses it off and dries it in front of me, I might eat it. I might, unless she had like, Mexican before then. I don't know. I don't even know what that's about. Dick crazy. It is. It's dick crazy.
This is dick crazy.
Yeah. Your tech issue was very, yeah, I know. Willie, can I tell the story about what happened, or I know you're probably going to say it on your show, but I got to tell people what happened with last week. So, the kids only do it if it's their stepsister. Too much porn. Yeah, I know, right? She's just baiting you in for a face fart. Oh my God. You had broccoli for dinner? No, fuck no, I'm not eating that ass. Okay. So I got permission. All right. So Willie, God love him. I think it was last week, right, Willie? Or was it the beginning of this week? So Willie's trying to stream. He can't get his camera to work on his computer, right? And I don't know if y'all saw it. Maybe was it when? I don't know when that was. Was it Monday? It was early in the week, right? And Willie's like, I felt bad for him because, I get frustrated with tech issues too, but it was so funny when he's like, God damn motherfucking shit, fuck. I love me some cursing. But then it turns out there was a little slide over the camera and he accidentally hit it. That's what had been fucking with his camera the whole time. And I'm sitting there going like, yeah, you need to take that to fucking, to the Geek Squad and let them break it open, charge you $100 million. And what the fuck do I know? Oh, it was last Sunday. Okay. You know what it was? It was Easter. Willie, you was cussing up a storm on Easter. Baby Jesus ain't liking that. So, what happened? At least take a taste. Are you talking about anus? We're getting into some weird shit. So, crotch eating will be the new Olympic sports. Da, 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 da. I tell you, man, if you're a man or a woman, if you're you're a good pussy eater, doesn't matter how big your dick is, you'll go to confession. Okay. It's all right, Willie. I'm pretty sure the good Lord knew your frustrations. Didn't know he knows you ain't no blasphemer. How many more? We got a few more videos. How many we got yet? So who was that? Yeah, that was the crochet ideas. That's what that was. We have a few. We might be able. This might be a long show tonight, y'all. Willie killed the Pope with that rant. It mattered. No, I'm just like, well, if you got a little pinky dick, I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying if you got a regular sized dick, but you know how to eat pussy, and you can make her come. She might be disappointed with the pinky, but, ding, winner chicken dinner. Will trans athletes be allowed to eat crotch competitively? In the Olympics? Look, they've added all kinds of weird sports to the Olympics. The crotch eating, in this day and age, nothing surprised me. Nothing fucking surprises me at all. Wait, what happened? Shot who? All right. So we got on one of these ranking videos, but the rankings don't really matter. But I used to do this. So this is awkward. Wait a minute. Let me make sure it's all set up and everything's good to go. Okay. So one of the pranks I used to do, when I could stomach being around, people, almost 8 inches. Come on. Nobody likes a bragger. I mean, it ain't the size of the wand. It's the magic it performs. Am I right, ladies? You know, and from what I've heard, it ain't exactly length. It's girth. So, you know, I'm just saying, if you've ever seen what the size of a cardboard tube in a roll of toilet paper, I'm just going to leave it right there. Talk about a demonstration sport. Oh, hello. So next one is awkward call moments, where people are talking on the phone loud and other people can hear them. And I would do that too. Sometimes when I had my little Nokia brick that was about yay big, I'd get on there. I'd get in a mood and I'd just be in public like, "Hey mom, yeah, it's me. We still fucking tonight? Oh, not tonight? Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, let me know when your period's over. Okay. I love you too." And people be like, "The fuck?" So in the spirit of that, this is kind of what this next video, this is from, who is this from? Unchill Guy 97. These numbers in here. And these are pretty fucking funny. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. If not, well, you know, talk to my lawyers. Oops. No, God damn it. I do this every fucking time. There we go. Be nice if you heard it, right?
Bro, if I could have any 3 superpowers, it would be untraceable DNA, unlimited stamina, and time stop.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
I have a boyfriend.
So what did you say you are? Oh, Melbourne Central?
Hey, Mom. Bad news. I accidentally sat in the kitten this morning and snapped his neck in half. I know. I didn't mean to. I was so drunk, I just slipped over and sat on him.
Mom! Can't talk right now. I'll call you back in 10.
No, I'm really worried. I put on my girlfriend's underwear this morning. I've still got them on. I like it. I really like it. Hello? I'm in so much trouble. I've been sleeping with my boss at work. I've done it for a pay rise. Oh, God.
See, that's what we call free entertainment. And even if it doesn't entertain anybody else, if it entertains you, that's the goal, right? That's one of the keys to comedy is, if you can make yourself laugh, but you know, not one of these people that just laughs at everything kind of people. Those are just weirdos. But I'm talking about, like, if you can, you're just like, you don't really care if you make anybody else laugh. If you make yourself laugh, that's all that matters. And sometimes a lot of those people are pretty funny. But then again, you get some that, like, yeah, you're just drunk, dude. So, that's how Girth Cyrus got Elizabeth Hurley. What else we got here? It was my boss. So this next one, so who was that from? That was from Unchill Guy 97. So this next guy is Keith Schacht. I think SCHACT. And you know, I'm always down with some science fun, right? I love me some science. I love being blinded by science. My goodness, Miss Sakamoto, you're beautiful. But this is magnets are so fascinating to me. Magnetism and stuff, you know, like these magnetic trains, you know, that run on, that just these fucking bullet trains that go like 800 miles an hour. Trump patriot Dick Ryder 1488 is very upset by this. Should be. So this is Keith Schacht, and this is fun with magnets. A little science for you. Enjoy.
Check out this magnet setup. You see that? Before I show you what this is used for, let me show you how it works. Each of these silver spots is a permanent magnet slipped into this plastic ring. When I bring another magnet close, you'll see it's attracted to each of these. They're all oriented the same way. I'm gonna flip it over, so now you can see it's repelling these small magnets. Let's keep it in that orientation. Now I'll take another big magnet and I'll check these. Okay, these are repelling, so I'm gonna flip this over. Great, now those are attracting. So I'm gonna take this attracting magnet and I'm gonna put it inside this repelling magnet. Now what do you think is gonna happen when I bring this close? Look at that. It sticks at just this distance. If I pull it further away, it comes back. So what could you do with this? Well, this could be inside a board game. And as you move your pieces, sometimes your piece lands and it's attracted, sticks to the board. Other times your piece lands and it levitates above the board, adding some element of surprise and reveal as the board game goes. Or scale it up even bigger, you could have a cup holder where you take this cup, you put it in the cup holder of your car and it levitates just the perfect distance, riding out the bumps to prevent spilling. But what is it actually used in? Well, look at that lamp, just hovers there in the air. Or this clock, look at the second hand of this clock. Just hovering in the air as it ticks by. I just love all the things you can do with stable levitation.
That is fucking wild. I love that shit. Let's look at the wait a minute. Where's the look at that. It's fucking it's if you didn't know what was going on, you'd be like, what the fuck is this? What kind of elven magic is this? But yeah, the maglev. That's basically how those trains work, right? So you have magnets that will not push together, right? So the train floats, right? It's not on a thing. Yeah, I know, right? That was like some weird. Exactly what kind of sorcery is this? But that clock was pretty fucking cool, right? But if you didn't know, you would think, holy shit, this is like magic or some shit like that. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Thought we'd share that with you. One thing, if you want this next one, so wait, that was Keith Schacht. This one is from US Store. This is actually, I think, an advertisement. You've seen how advanced the robots are now, right? You've seen them. They don't need to be tethered to anything, and they can move and stuff like that. Just like I would think probably in the next, because of all the injuries and stuff in the NFL, I would say probably in the next 50 years you're gonna see robots playing football instead, right? So it's going to totally take away college sports. Or they're gonna have to have some sort of equipment that doesn't give them brain hemorrhages and shit like that. So keep kitties away from the clock. Why is that? Incel's not a racist. Y'all some evil ass people. Keep kitties away from the clock. No shit, right? Yeah, I guess that one up on the wall, it was pretty safe. So. But cats can do that parkour shit. Parkour. They can get up there. So, realistic robot dogs are coming, y'all. In fact, they're already here. And these aren't like, like the old, Energizer, commercials where they're just like, this shit looks real. All right. Look at the puppies on that one. Yeah.
I get my kicks above the waistline, sunshine.
Kitty! Puppy! But see, those puppies, not real. Let's watch. Oh, shit. Damn it. Every fucking time. But this is another quick one, too. There's another quickie for you.
Ho! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. All the
That shit looks real, y'all. Those row pups. They're not robots. They're row pups. Isn't that crazy? I mean, they look fake, kind of fake here, but we can do without the Christmas music. That was kind of crazy, but I mean, look at this shit. Look at that. That looks like a real fucking dog. Kill it. Burn it with fire. Kill it. Spy puppies. Yeah. Well, I mean, if your Roomba is spying on you, chances are these puppies, road pups. That's right. Red road pups. But, I'm telling you, man, robots are going to take over sports, and people are going to stop playing sports, or at least professionally, because it's going to be too dangerous. I don't know. Or maybe not. I don't know the fucking future. I don't know that shit. I mean, what do you guys think? You think our robot overlords are here already? I think so. I know something. Fuckery's always afoot, and they're gonna try and replace you in the workforce with these puppies. Fun to bring into places that don't allow pets. I will say this though: if you're allergic to dogs, it might be kind of cool. Remember when the Furbies were spying on us? Furbies. Just unplug them. Yeah, maybe. Unless they got like that, the T1000 super battery packs in them, and that water. That's what, I like the robot dogs in New York, those things. It's just like, just get a chain or something and just wrap it around do like a bolo or something around their legs. Those dogs be like, boo. Look, all we want is a bedroom bot. That's it. Look, man, if them puppies is real, then them chess puppies is probably going to be real too. Yeah, that's probably, you're going to have some like Matrix type shit. Have you guys ever seen that the Animatrix? It has like these little stories that are related to the Matrix. And one of them, it tells you the story of how the robots took over. Basically, it's kind of, I think Battlestar Galactica ripped it off too. It's basically they had a war with these robots. The robots were sentient. The robots wanted their own rights, and the humans weren't going to give it to them. So they went off to, I think they went to Iceland or Greenland or something, someplace cold. Started their own society, and then they came back and they wanted to make a peace treaty with the humans, and the humans were like, nah, we're gonna wipe you out. And that's when they tried darkening the sky, so that's why in the Matrix it's all just shitty and dark, because they're trying to kill the solar power to these things. I'm telling you, man, we keep fucking around with this shit. This shit's gonna take over. Oh, you got that on DVD? Yeah. The other stories in it are okay, but the one particular one where they tell the story, the backstory of how the robots took over is it's pretty fucking disturbing in my opinion. So, but it's a really good story. So, you saw them, the robots outproduced human goods and crashed economies and started war over tariffs. Yeah. And that's what's going to happen. These robots, once they get sentient enough and they're able to do it, they're going to outproduce humans. And they're going to replace us. So is it going to be like, what is it? What was that Pixar movie where the people are in the spaceship and they're all like running around on hover-rounds and they're all huge, and it's like, what is it, WALL-E? I think it was WALL-E is what that was. I think that's where we're going. I mean, we're halfway there. You go to Walmart or Costco, you see like half those people in there rolling around on on those things. Yeah, Wall-E. Good movie, though. Produce goods faster and cheaper for consumers. You know, but will we, we have all this fuckery going on with who's running the world right now. So I wonder what the end game is. Is it just complete domination of humanity by using, technology? Probably. All right, we got more. So, we had the one earlier about the cops in Texas. This one's actually fun because this is people fucking with cops. And I know you're like, man, I don't want to die. I don't want to fuck with the cop. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. But if you do want to fuck with the cop, then you'll probably appreciate this one. This is from Top 5 Moments on YouTube. And this is some pretty fun shit too. So check this out, please.
Can I get your name and badge number?
Ken Josie, 13735.
Good boy.
Yo, can I stay here?
No.
No.
Who you texting?
Excuse me?
Who you texting?
Who's that? Is that any of your business?
I just want to make sure it's not my mom. She's having daddy issues right now.
Hey, officer, your keys are in the door. They're the ignition. Got him. Let's go.
Papers.
Scissors. I win.
Papers. Scissors. Why? 'Cause fuck 'em. That's why. Oh man, these cops, man. I don't recommend doing that. Right? That's some youthful ignorance right there. You ain't got to kiss a cop's ass, but just don't poke the bear if you don't have to, because the bear might just kill you anyway. So those were lucky people. I care about you guys. I don't want you to get hurt, but I want you to have your jollies at the same time. So she scissored that cop. Giggity.
Who the fuck said that?
Ooh, you making my eyes water. Was this phobo fear of being ostrich egg tested? What the hell does that mean? Never question Bruce Dickinson. Ooh, I'm the cock of the walk, baby. All right, we got another one here. So this guy's been on here before. His name is Sambucha. And he does like a lot of little videos explaining some stuff. And this one is about stores, some very famous stores that you may know that are heading the way of the dodo. It's sad too, because I grew up with a lot of these stores, and yeah, Amazon and ordering online has really just killed a lot of these brick and mortars. So this is Sambucha, and he's telling us about stores that are closing if they're not already closed.
Here are some stores that are closing soon. So Joann Fabrics is closing all 800 of its stores, and have even shut down their website as they can no longer fulfill online orders. They're expected to be closed entirely by May after their second bankruptcy filing is complete. Retail stores like Quicksilver, Billabong, and Volcom are all closing their stores as well.
Billabong, that's like the gear, right? The clothing gear. I remember that. I remember when people were wearing like Billabong, and then what was that? Oh, there was the one that I guess the guy was a Nazi or something. I can't remember. Can't remember the name of it. But Billabong, that was like some surfing kind of shit, I think.
This year for similar reasons. Hooters is closing down dozens of their restaurants. And
Hooters. People don't want to see titties anymore, or at least not orange titties.
filing for bankruptcy, as are Red Robin and Denny's, who are also each expected to close 70 stores by the end of the year. Similarly, Boston Market and Ruby Tuesdays each only have just a few restaurants left relative to their once high. Party City is closing all 750 of its stores, and Big Lots is closing nearly 600 of theirs. Macy's is closing 200 stores as part of their new strategy, valuing quality over quantity, and even high-end department stores like Neiman Marcus are closing down flagship stores in many major cities. And finally, even Domino's, which is the highest performing restaurant stock over the last 25 years, is closing over 200 restaurants worldwide to address profitability concerns. So rest in peace.
Yeah, well, Domino's, it's probably because their pizza tastes like pizza sauce and cheese and meat on cardboard. Yeah, well, that too, Wesley. Nobody can afford to eat at least not these days. Yeah, Hooters didn't survive lockdown. Man, I don't know, man. I would have went out for some titties, though. Funniest cop troll of all time is James Freeman, and it's 100% real. You've only been stopped in the semi, and you have to be professional. Yeah, well, you're on the job, so that's different. You're in your own shit. Little Caesars, I still love Little Caesars. There's a Little Caesars right down the street. That's why I'm fat. It's so good. Gotta break a few ostrich eggs if you want to get entry to a Diddy White party. Look at you. It's the domino effect. My chat got jokes. I tell you, this is the best chat in the land, man. Love it. You guys are funny as hell. Y'all should be doing this show instead of me. What else we got here? We got a few more for you. We may go a little long tonight, guys. I like this channel because it's kind of cool because you get to see some really cool photos. It's from what is this? Rare Photo Vault on the YouTubes, and this is just some cool photos. Let's check them out. Maybe if we can get this thing to work, right? Yeah. Okay. Look at this finger.
Rare photos. None of the fingers have a middle joint. Just
look at that. No middle joint, no middle joint, no middle joint, no middle joint. I don't think there's that joint there. Well, I guess that's a middle joint there. But the fingers, man, that's fucked up.
Straight from base to tip. A man put this quarter on a train track and everything was flattened except "In God We Trust." This pack of Starburst had an even number of all flavors in it. Cans of water with resealable lids. This cafe lets you silently tell people you're willing to share your table. My house came with a tiny model of the house, matching freckles in the exact same spot on both siblings' arms. Photos line up perfectly from two different brands.
Look at that. Isn't that wild? Look at the picture. So this is Minute White Rice, and this is Food Club. Oh, the Food Club making an appearance. Oh, but look at that. That's insane.
Art made entirely from hexagonal pencils. This cinnamon roll looks like an anguished E.T. This grass grew right through my aloe. This school put up whiteboards to stop vandalism in the toilet rooms. A grandmother put saran wrap on her remote controller. Shower gel. Do not put in engines. Mall restroom in Tokyo has a holder to put your baby in while you use the stall. There was a straight-up 4-ounce chunk of Doritos seasoning in the bag.
Jesus, look at that. You ate that. If you ate that cheese, you go back in time. I guarantee you that. The E.T. one was pretty funny. Or was the, is it? Let me show that again. Come on, be a pal. The remotes with the saran wrap, I've seen that before. That's some Southern shit right there. Don't you get them all, because you get your old dirty ass mitts on there and grease and shit don't work. But yeah, that plate, that Minute Rice plate, that really freaked me the fuck out. I was like, man, that is wild. How we doing so far? Everybody okay? Orange whip, orange whip, orange whip, orange whip. Let me get this set up here. Okay. So they leave plastic on the couches down there. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, which is fun during the summer when you sweat and it's all humid. You just stick to the thing. That nug, I know, right? That nug, it was a fucking nug, wasn't it? Of Dorito dust. I swear, because if you eat Doritos, I mean that cheese on there is just kind of it's pretty, You taste it okay, but if you bit into just straight cheese, ooh, oh my God, you'd probably be like, ah! Yeah. Oh, good. There you go, Quasar. Just cracked open another beer. Hey, it ain't time to go to bed yet. It's 1:35 on the East Coast. 12, 11, 10, 10:35 on the West Coast. Yeah, it's still pretty early over there. So, and if you're across the pond, I think Anonymous went to bed, or he might be getting up again. I think it's like 7:30, 8:30 over there in the morning. Hillbilly Faraday. That fucking cheese. Oh, it's 10:35. West Coast. Yeah. What do we got next? So this next one, this guy's playing a prank on his wife, and he replaced his wife's soap with something. But he'll tell you here. Oh, you just Reno. Reno 911. I don't know if you guys ever saw that show, Reno 911. Oh, so good. Oh, you're a moose. Oh, you're double dipping. Okay. Good. What time is it? What time is it where you're at, Quasar? I'm not trying to dox you or anything. I'm just curious. Reno 911 is so good. There's this one that has Nick, what's his name on there? He was in Grandma's Boy, and he's been to some other stuff. Nick Swartzen, I think is his name. And he's on there, and he's wearing like hot pants, and he's on roller skates, and and they pull him over, and they go, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm selling oranges." He goes, "Oh, well, you don't see any oranges." And he goes, "Oops, all gone." It's just, when I lived in LA, I used to work late. So I'd stay up late, and Reno 911 would be on in the middle of the night, and with Insomniac with Dave Attell on Comedy Central. Oh man, middle of the night stuff, so good. Oh, so it's 0600 over there, 0637. Very nice. Are you wait a minute? Did you just get up a little while ago, or did you are you still awake? That's the $50 question. Thank you, Conspiriality. Nick Swartzen. What did I say? Nick Swartzen? Swartzen? I was close. Sword, son. So yeah, this guy's playing a prank on his wife. He's probably going to get divorced, or she's going to file for divorce. I would. You fuck with my shit. But let's watch this pre-divorce happen.
What? Hey, why is my soap so square? What did you do to my soap? You shaved it. Why did you shave it?
I used it.
You shaved my soap, you fucking weirdo.
He shaved her soap. That's what she's saying, if you can't hear that.
Did you think I was gonna notice?
No. Did you?
Why'd you shave it?
Sorry.
You took my cup away. You have to replace it. Wait.
That's so good.
What?
Is it good?
Are you filming me?
It's a good song.
What's wrong with it?
It's a potato.
It's a potato. And that's some stoner shit.
You're
And then she just keeps washing her face. I thought that was so funny because he just basically he took a potato and he made it look like soap, and she's washing her face with the potato. Oh, see, now that guy got away with it, but I try shit like that. I probably, she'll divorce me in like 5 minutes. You motherfucker, where's my fucking soap? I'm like, whoa, potty mouth. Come on, we just chilling. Where was that from? So that was, who is that? Matt J. Sowards, Sowards. So that's some fun stuff. Here's another regular of ours because I love his mustache and his videos are good too. I was mentioning the Pope. New skincare just dropped. You say potato, I say potato, potato, potato. Let's go wash our face. Yeah, you should. We're like Irish Spring or something in there. Safeguard or lava soap. What is it? The lava soap is like when you get like grease, like car grease and stuff on your hands. But it's got like pumice in there, so it gets in there and digs that shit out. And I don't know if you ever worked on cars before. I worked on a few in my day, and that grease is hard. Gojo is another one that they would use for that too. Use it to wash your Fromunda cheese. Zest. Wife said she could get it too. Yeah, lava soap. Well, Fast Orange is good too. Yeah, orange is just a good cleaner anyway, right? I mean, you see that in a lot of cleaning products too. That orange, the acidity of it. Yeah, lava and gojo. Because I remember a friend of mine's dad. He was a logger, right? So they had these. They were always working on equipment and stuff. So in their bathroom, they had this thing of gojo that you unscrew and put on the refill and stuff like that. Good times. You're 100. You're what? I'm 100 wasted to multi-chat. What the hell? All right, so this is a conspiracy. He does like all the morbid facts videos, and I mentioned Popey a while ago. Like we said, the Pope, that's a wrap. I don't know if I haven't paid attention to the news this past week or so because I wanted to tune out. I want to be part of that, but then I heard he died. And I was like, oh shit. So, don't they have like a spare Pope, or didn't he die too? I don't know. Pope Benedict, is he still around? Can't they just plug him in, plug and play? Is that how that works? Man, y'all love them emojis over there on Rumble. That's good. I wish YouTube had one more like that. So anyway, so this is our buddy what's his face? Conspiracy, where he does the morbid facts. So he's doing morbid Pope facts. Let's watch.
Here are some morbid facts about the Pope. Popes can't be organ donors because their body becomes property of the church once they die. This rule invalidated Pope Benedict's organ donor card, which he had held since the 1970s. This practice ensures the preservation of the body for potential future veneration, especially if the Pope is canonized as a saint. It's been long rumored that when a Pope dies, it's tradition to hit him on the head with a silver hammer to ensure that he's actually dead and not just sleeping. In 897, Pope Stephen VI had his dead predecessor, Pope Formosus, dug up, dressed in papal robes, and put on trial. They propped his corpse on a throne, screamed at it, found him guilty, severed 3 of his fingers, and threw his body in the river. The public was so horrified by the grotesque trial that Stephen VI was soon imprisoned and strangled to death. When Pope Pius XII died, his embalming was so poorly botched that his body began to rot and bloat almost immediately. During the public viewing, his nose fell off, and his body reportedly exploded from gas buildup inside of the casket due to blistering heat. In 1981, a Turkish man shot Pope John Paul II 4 times but didn't kill him. After the Pope recovered, he visited the assassin in prison and gave him his forgiveness. The assassin was soon pardoned at the Pope's request, and 33 years after his crime, he visited the Vatican and laid flowers on the Pope's tomb.
That's pretty cool. What's up, Cooper? Good to see you. Popes have the rule of two. That seems made up. What about the guy digging him up? No, that's a true story. Yeah, that guy dug up. They put the dead guy, the dead pope, on the thing there. Made fun of him. The people said, "Man, you are fucking bat shit. Get the fuck out." Yeah. So, man, to be like. They didn't do a good, you would think like they would get the embalming right? You know, the guy's nose fell off. It's pretty fucked up. Yours is in 2 different time zones. I watched the Pope's funeral. R.I.P. Rig. Well, like, what's Rig? Rigor mortis? Oh, rest in, I don't know. I don't know what the G stands for. I wasn't trying to make fun, but I heard Rig. I saw Rig and I'm like, wait, he's dead. That must be rigor mortis. Oh, roadkill? Yeah. You know what, down south, it's mostly possums and armadillos that are roadkill out there. And yeah, if you're riding your bike in the summertime down a country road, you can smell that shit for miles. And God forbid if a fucking skunk crosses your path, you better just stop and just not move a fucking muscle. Oh, rise in glory. Okay, thank you. I thought it meant rigor mortis, but you know, skunk's the worst. They always say if you get blasted by a skunk, you need to take a bath in like tomato juice or some shit like that. It's pretty wild. So I've never been hit by a skunk. I've been in a car where you pass through, you smell that initial smell, and if you got your windows down, the first thing you do is roll them fucking windows up. Yeah, oh yeah, it's and the more roads and highways you have, the more roadkill you're gonna have, because those animals are fucking stupid. You ever hit a deer? I've hit a deer in my car before, and took out the headlight, hit him right in the ass, because the dude just right across the road. And so you gotta be careful at night. So the next one here is products in movies that you're like, wait a minute, not like name brand products, but just like regular, ordinary products that they turn into stuff, especially like in sci-fi movies. This is kind of cool. This is Polygon on the YouTubes. She seems like a very nice lady. Let's let her show us some stuff. So there's one behind her right here. It says the karate training system from Cobra Kai is a laser tag vest from 1986. So this thing he's wearing back there. Let's watch.
This subreddit is dedicated to finding normie consumer items in movies. Under r/that'sabooklight, a person pointed out this futuristic pod machine contains an upside-down Canon printer, or the game Sphere from Drake and Josh is this exact CD player. Mines and GoldenEye are reworked joysticks. A lot of music equipment like DJ turntables and synthesizers get used in cool sci-fi techie stuff. These bar lamps in The Mandalorian are bug zappers. I cannot look at movies the same way after this.
Bug zappers in The Mandalorian. So no Ewok zappers, unfortunately. What happened? Oh, kill your egregores, you're here? You're all right. We still got plenty of show. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, so the copier one, where was that from? The machine in Michael's pod in Warrior Nun is an upside down Canon printer. So that's what did she say the name of that website was? Or the Reddit? That's a booklight. So it's let me put this in the chat. So a book. I'm not like super Reddit guy, although every once in a while I'll do a search and it'll pull me to a Reddit page. But I'm afraid to get on Reddit because I'm afraid I'll be addicted to that stuff. It just seems like there's just way too much shit to watch or read on there. The comm links in Star Wars were Bic shaver handles. Zune. The new Coke of MP3 players. When I worked at Borders in dude, I sold Zune. I remember I worked at Borders in Hollywood, and they decided to, instead of investing in selling iPods, which was the thing before the iPhones came out, they had the iPods, but there was also the Zune, and just think VHS versus Beta, where VHS is the iPod and Zune is the Beta. And you're like, well, I've never heard of Zune. Exactly. Very good. The Reddit.com R Texas comments, see your armadillo and raise you an armadillo. It is. The Reddit rabbit hole is the Reddit hole, as it were. Is look, man. I look. YouTube's bad enough with rabbit holes, right? I've been watching. I think it's called Wartime Stories, and it's about like all kinds of paranormal shit that happens in the military. Oh man, I was watching this shit about they saw this 75-foot monster anaconda in Honduras, and there's like fucking cave giants in Afghanistan. I mean, there's just the list goes on and on. It's crazy. Fun fact too, in Star Wars, if you notice, there's like some sort of control board, and you see the guy, he's pushing up the stick. That's a what we call a Grass Valley switcher in television, and it's basically what a technical director uses to make sure that the cameras come up or whatever. It's a control board for television, and it was used in Star Wars too. You prefer bonus holes over rabbit holes, but rabbit holes are cool too. Okay, all right. We had this conversation earlier. Kill, are you an ass eater? Kill, will you eat an ass if it's clean, or even if it's not? Let me know if you want to. What was that? So that was Polygon. This next one's kind of fun because I actually have a little reader that goes along with it too. It's about and it's got the AI voice you probably heard on a million videos. I couldn't help it, but I thought this was pretty cool. We'll get to the meat of the story. It's only like 26 seconds, and then we'll go talk about this. So, if you've ever seen Footloose, you may remember that there was no dancing allowed in this very religiously run town, right? And Kevin Bacon comes to town, and he's like, got cut loose, foot loose, pretty decent soundtrack for the time. Although, let's hear it for the boy. I'm like, I don't know, but there may be a reason why there were towns that may be real towns that don't allow dancing, because back in the 1500s, something happened in Europe, I think, where people danced literally to death. And this is wild. So this is Histo Soul. And this is Dancing to Death.
They danced until they dropped, literally. In 1518, a woman in Strasbourg started dancing non-stop in the street. Within days, dozens joined in. Some danced for hours, others for days. People collapsed, broke bones, even died. The cause? Maybe ergot fungus, maybe hysteria. maybe something darker, but it happened. People danced themselves to death. No music, no control, just chaos.
So you've heard the phrase dance like nobody's watching. In this case, it's dance like nobody's living. So it's kind of wild. So we have can I do this? I haven't done this in a while. Why did you do that? Man, technology is fucking me up the turd hole today. So the medieval dancing plague, what caused people to dance themselves to death? So this is from History Extra, if you're into that sort of thing. From the 14th to 16th centuries, Europeans were seized by a manic desire to dance and did so in their hundreds, often until they dropped. But, asks Helen Carr, what caused this bizarre phenomenon? Disease, disaster, or the devil? I don't know, man. That Humpty dance is, you can't really stop tapping your foot to that one. I would say it was a rave. They had E, and they had the pacifiers and the glow sticks. So in Strasbourg, 1518, a local woman named Frau Trophia stepped out of her house and made her way to a narrow street nearby. At first, she would have attracted little attention from her neighbors as they went about their daily business, but that was about to change very quickly, for Frau Trophia intended to dance, and when she started, she brought the entire neighborhood to a standstill. Frau Trophia didn't dance to music, nor were her movements in any way restrained or self-conscious. Instead, she danced with a type of madness that was apparently every bit as contagious as it was unstoppable. So it kind of like the Elaine dance from Seinfeld. First, a trickle of onlookers joined the impromptu rave, then a flood. Soon, Frau Trophia was accompanied by almost 400 revelers dancing through the streets in a dizzying display of flailing limbs and spinning bodies. A lot of shit happened in the 1500s. I think in the 1500s in Germany, that's when they saw like the balls and sticks in the air and like, you know, UFOs and shit, like having a battle. It was crazy. As strange as they may appear to us today, the events of 1518 were far from unique. In fact, chronicles from the 14th to 16th centuries are full of reports of people across Central Europe being seized by a compulsion to dance, or some people say a compulsion. I think that's a Barney Fife thing. And doing so in their hundreds, sometimes until they drop dead from exhaustion. St. John's dance, as this phenomenon is known, due to the fact that people often called out the name of John the Baptist as they cavorted. I don't know. I guess you wouldn't yell out Tupac. Traumatized onlookers and triggered a fearsome backlash from a horrified, confused clergy. Excuse me. Today, half a millennium later, scientists are still puzzling over its causes. Maybe it was that, like from The Last of Us. Maybe it was that the fungus that gets in the brain and then it takes over the brain and it turns people into zombies. He was my boyfriend. Yeah, that's pretty wild. So the genesis of the medieval dance of death can perhaps be traced back to the fallout from Europe's greatest catastrophe in the 1340s and 50s, the Black Death, which is what they call me in culinary school. Tore its way across the continent, killing up to 60% of the population, wiping out entire communities and causing devastating famines. In response to these horrors, flagellants, hey, watch it now, could soon be seen processing through the streets of villages, towns, and cities, singing and lashing themselves in a desperation born out of loss, starvation, and the fear of God. Can you imagine living in that time? I think like what was it they said? Like a third of the planet died or something. Then in 1360 in Lausitz, bordering Bohemia, something more extraordinary still started happening. A record from the town describes women and girls acting crazily, dancing and shouting through the streets at the foot of the image of the Virgin. So maybe it was music from Madonna. Like a virgin. Hey! The Lausitz dance craze seems to have subsided quickly, but 14 years later, the phenomenon returned This is when Rick Astley came out with Never Gonna Give You Up. This time on a far larger scale. That summer, crowds of people began to stream into towns around the River Rhine. Including Aachen, where they started cavorting before the altar of the Virgin. And who hasn't cavorted in front of a virgin? Like their predecessors in Lausitz, the dancers' movements were incoherent and frenzied. Yeah, the Elaine dance, marked by manic twists, jumps, and spins. In fact, it soon became clear that their actions were less a flamboyant expression of joy than a virulent, uncontrollable mania, one that gripped minds and bodies. This explains why the affliction has also been called choreomania. Choreomania, from the Greek words for dancing and madness. I didn't know choreo, like choreography. That's pretty cool. Monk and chronicler Petrus de Herrenthal described people gripped by choreomania to be so tormented by the devil that in markets and churches, as well as in their own homes, they danced and held each other's hands and leaped high into the air. I don't think you're going to see that at Costco. You might, if the prices are real low. The chronicler Bezovius' description was more disturbing still. Dance mania, he wrote, drove sufferers into a mad flight from their homes and communities before they fell foaming to the ground. Foaming. Then they got up again and danced themselves to death if they were not by others' hands tightly bound. This indicates death by a type of epileptic seizure or cognitive disability. A few weeks after dancers filled the streets of Aachen, there was an even more extraordinary outbreak in a forest near the city of Trier. Here, the revelers were so numerous that the gathering resembled a small market town. They then, this is why they need to outlaw line dancing. They then proceeded to strip half naked and set wreaths upon their heads to luxuriate in a bacchanalian orgy that would result in more than 100 conceptions. So they danced and fucked to death. Some of the dancers were said to have writhed and contorted on their bellies, dragging themselves along with the crowd, likely as a result of extreme exhaustion. So they're just like, they're doing the, what is that breakdancing move where they're doing the worm? Is that what it is? The worm? Likely is okay. Many attempted to control their convulsions by binding themselves in linen and beating their torsos with small sticks. It seems that in a haunting echo of the flagellations of 1349, they believed that a demon moved within them. Such was the hysterical, untempered rage coursing through the dancers that in some towns they began attacking people who were wearing red or dressed in the latest fashions, as well they should, because fashionistas are just fucking over-the-top divas. Yeah, still a rave. Yeah, it's a rave. The authorities in the town of Liege were so troubled by the attacks that they banned the production of pointed shoes, which were in vogue at the time. Pointed shoes. Dumbfounded by what they saw unfolding before them, church authorities rapidly denounced the dancers as heretics. Many of the revelers were dragged to the church of Liege, where they were tortured in an attempt to expel the devils or demons within them. Priests poured water down their throats while mocking and bullying them. If that didn't work, they attempted to slap them back to their senses, kind of like Airplane, you know. They're just lining up to hit this chick. Before submerging them in barrels of water or forcing their fingers down their throats in order to purge whatever demons had occupied in their body. I mean, seriously, the 1300s, you probably lived to like 30 and were considered grandpa, and that shit had to be just fucking wild. So what caused the shit? A few months after it erupted, the dancing epidemic of 1374 blew itself out. Giggity. Wait, do I have a thing for that?
Giggity, 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 goo.
Yeah, so, not to reappear on a mass scale for more than a century, the church concluded that its brutal campaign of healing had worked and solemnly declared that the many dancers who had succumbed to exhaustion or malnutrition, literally dancing themselves to death, had fallen victim to demonic forces. Because, you know, it's the 1300s, everything's demons. But was this diagnosis correct? Were the dance epidemics of the Middle Ages truly the work of the devil? Over the past 5 centuries, numerous explanations have been put forward to explain why hundreds of people chose to dance themselves into a frenzy. Some have claimed that they were members of a hysterical dancing cult. Others that they were suffering from Sydenham's chorea or chorea minor, also known as Saint Vitus's dance, a disorder characterized by rapid, uncoordinated jerking movements, primarily affecting the face, hands, and feet. Not to be confused with the safety dance, which is even worse. In recent years, scientists have increasingly sought to find an answer in environmental influences. They've suggested that the sufferers may have ingested ergot, a type of mold containing psychotropic properties. See, that's what I'm thinking. Some fucking psilocybin got in the mix somewhere. Somebody had some magic mushrooms. The old, what do they call it? The stoned ape theory, how man got consciousness because we were just mindless apes, and then we ate some magic mushrooms, and all of a sudden, you know, we got rockets going into space and shit. Ergot has long been in the frame for causing the psychosis that gripped the American town of Salem in 1692, leading to the infamous Salem witch trials. Wow, they're blaming acid. Wait, they're blaming mushrooms on the Salem witch trials. But there's a problem with this theory, and that's the nature of the dance itself. The fact that the dancers appeared to be completely disassociated with their bodies, that they jumped and lurched as if in a dissociative trance and put themselves through rigors that not even marathon runners could endure, suggests that the source of their affliction was more likely to be psychological than something they had I don't know. You're going to have that many people crazy? I don't think so. I think it was mushrooms. They got a hold of some. They were bad tripping, and they were like moving around and shit. And then, you know, it happens, man. It happens. The River Rhine is vulnerable to extreme floods, and in the 14th century, water rose to 34 feet, submerging the surrounding communities and leaving disease and famine in its wake. In the decade prior to the outbreak of choriomania in 1518, Strasbourg experienced plague, famine, and a severe outbreak of syphilis. Syphilis. In both cases, the people were in despair, as they were when the Black Death ravaged the continent in the 1340s. The question is, did that despair lead to mass outbreaks of hysterical dancing? You know, I don't know. If I'm around mass death, the last thing I want to do is dance. At a time of lethal plague, terrible wars, or environmental disasters, and low life expectancy, we certainly can't discount the link between extreme stress and St. John's dance. But for now, the true reason for the gathering of the Choreomaniacs, which is a great band from the 80s, one-hit wonders, I believe, who danced in mad ecstasy as the banks of the Rhine remain a mystery. So a little fun fact there about the old dancing disease, which not a true story, but that's what the song Dancing Days by Led Zeppelin is based on. So it was the Pied Pipers doing. It might have been syphilis. Yeah, it's wild. This next one, oh, so who was that? That was Histosoul, right? Okay, so this next one is from True Shadow -09M, I think. This is a sad story, but it's funny. It'll be funny at the end, I promise. If I can get this to work right. So, a little more history for you about this guy. His name Cornelius. Not to be confused with the guy from Planet of the Apes, although I'm pretty sure he's pretty fucked up too. So let's watch this. This is about this guy from my old neck of the woods, Mississippi.
This kid was his parents' worst nightmare. During the 1860s, the Bread family lived in Goonville, Mississippi on a...
It's not Goonville. I don't know why it says Goonville, but it's supposed to be Boonville. There is no Goonville, Mississippi. Pretty much every town in Mississippi is Goonville, but he's talking about Boonville. And this guy's this is the Bread family. Their last name is Bread. Okay, keep that in mind.
Cow farm. The parents' names were Wyatt and Betty, and their teenage son's name was Cornelius, but he went by the name Corn. By the time Corn turned 14, he was already kicked out of school for bad behavior and worked on his family's farm full-time. Around this time, his parents made him live out in the barn with the cows away from the main house. Over the next couple of years, Corn never left the property and grew to 6 foot 12 inches tall. Eventually, his parents grew tired of him and enlisted him into the military, and he was sent away to battle. A few months later, Betty woke up one night and saw her son's head staring at her through the second-floor window and would quickly wake up Wyatt. After searching the property over for him, they would never end up finding him. Years after this, on several occasions, they would see their son walking the property at night, and he would even wave at them. But whenever they went to confront him, he would always not be there. But one morning in 1871, the parents got a knock on the door from a pair of military officers informing them of their son's tragic passing in battle years earlier in 1865, and they apologized for the late notice.
Okay, I'm not laughing at the guy dying. I'm laughing at, what? Come on. Don't be like that. Bitch, where are you? I'm laughing at, where is it? Come on. Ah, shit. Hang on a second. His name was Cornbread. That was his real name. That motherfucker's name was Cornbread. I'm watching so much of this video today, and I'm like, it was Cornbread. Yeah, he's 6 foot 12, otherwise known as 7 foot. But his name was Cornelius Bread, and they called him Corn, so his name was Cornbread. He had a friend whose last name was Kit, and his first name was Biss. So Cornbread and Biscuit would hang out together. Oh, it's late. What are we even doing? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Yeah, so Cornbread, there you go. There was a little aside, there was a movie called Cornbread Earl and Me. I don't know if you ever saw that. I didn't. I just saw the title at a video store one day, and I was like, Cornbread Earl and Me. Okay. I know how corny. Wump. Wait a minute. Where's the wump wump? I don't have a wump wump. I got this. Well, if his name was Cornbread, I'm sure he was amazing. Maze. He was maze. It's like his parents hated him from birth. That's why he came back and haunted him. He's like, I hate all y'all. You some bitches. Y'all done named me Cornbread. What the fuck's wrong with y'all? Cornbread. The Legend of Cornbread. Brought to you by Chrysler. One more video, folks. Man, we are going we're going to go about 2.5 hours, y'all. I think we're going to have a little bit of a record here for at least for recently. So, we got to end it with a solid JJ, right? That solid JJ on the old YouTubes is probably one of my favorite things in the world. Wait, what? Did I skip something? I did? Okay. Well, that's fine. We don't need that one. I love Solid JJ. I was going to try and find you guys an anime thing, and I found they put out a new one today, and I was like, It was a little meh. I'd never heard of it before. And probably some of you younger folks, oh yeah, that's cool. But you know, if I don't know what it is, then I don't want any part of it. At least the family's last name wasn't Hole. Cornelius Hole. No, you're all right. You're not a buzzkill. Or his last name was Chips. Or I can't think of anything else corny. All right, Corn Copia. Yeah, his last name was Field. Yeah. All right, so this is an older. We took a break back in February for a while, a couple weeks, I think, maybe more, and so some of these didn't get played, but I figured you guys might like this. So this is Teen Titans getting political, and this is your buddies. These are your pals, Solid JJ.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first official Teen Titans meeting. Why don't we kick things off with some introductions? I'll start. I'm Robin, Boy Wonder, Batman's best friend and only friend. All right, someone else go.
The name's Cyborg. Half human, half machine. The full package, baby. Good with tech, even better in the fight.
Welcome to the team, Cyborg.
The name's Kid Flash, the second fastest man alive, and I'm happy to be here.
Great. Now,
also, I'm a Midwestern conservative.
All right, yeah, thanks for sharing. Starfire, how about you?
I am Starfire, princess of the planet Tamaran.
And I'm fine if you guys don't agree with that.
Dude, what?
Like, if you're a liberal, it's fine. It's totally cool.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else has said anything about their politics.
Totally understand. I'm just opening the conversation, so, whatever side of the fence you're on, I respect it. Totally understand.
Yeah, totally. Starfire, why don't you try that again?
I am Starfire.
Personally, I like Reagan.
Dude, what?
Well, I just think he had some good ideas. I mean, Reaganomics was just like a net positive for everyone.
What?
Okay, but why are you saying this right now?
I'm a Midwestern conservative.
You said that, man.
Hey, bro, dude, I think it's totally cool that you're liberal and all that. You just gotta allow me to speak too, all right? This is a free country.
What?
Well, I just think everyone should be allowed to speak their piece, It's just politics, man. You gotta, if you're gonna be upset about that, I guess cancel me, bro. Dude, I don't care. Yeah, you just can't cancel me, bro. Cancel me, bro.
No one is trying to cancel you.
Because you're just afraid to get political, all right? That's whatever.
Political?
Oh, look what you did. Now you got her saying
Just move on so we can wrap this up. Seriously.
Yeah, that's totally fine. As a Midwestern conservative, totally understand.
Midwest.
Okay, I shouldn't encourage this, but what does that mean?
Just means I believe in family values.
What are you talking about?
I don't mean to be that guy, but I don't know why you guys are so, curious about my politics. I think we should just focus on the group.
That's what we've been trying to do. You're the one that keeps bringing it up.
Buddy, I totally understand. You're like a liberal and all that. Like, you're stupid and dumb and an idiot, but we could totally coexist.
I'm sorry?
I'm wasting my damn battery with this shit.
Look alike to you, sweet gun company.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry if I'm interrupting.
That's my patent, dude. That's my patent right there.
Sorry if I'm interrupting your ice cream social, kids. The name's Deathstroke, and I've got a job to do.
Well, buddy, you picked the wrong
Just so we're clear, I'm a Midwestern conservative.
That's it. I'm done.
Hey! That's not a real thing.
What do you mean?
There's no such thing as a Midwestern conservative. You're a fraud. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a fraud.
Oh my God, they're infighting.
As a Midwestern conservative, I believe all sides of the political spectrum should have their fair say, including liberals.
Yeah, of course.
But I completely think you're wrong, and I'm completely stupid and dumb.
As a Midwest conservative, it's totally cool whatever you want to believe in, but you're completely wrong, and I believe you should die. I think you should actually be killed.
Well, it's funny you say that, because I'm actually here to do that to you. As a Midwestern conservative.
And that falls in line with your family values, apparently.
In ways you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, well, you believe family values? Yeah, you believe your family values. That's like a conservative.
I believe family values.
I gotta kill Ronald Reagan.
Hey, guys.
Trickle-down economics. Yeah, it's called trickle-down economics because it basically just pissed on the middle and, poor class. So, family family values. Yeah, like Mickey Rick thing. Kid Flash, more like Kid Fash. What's up, Kiwi Corner? Good to see you, man. Kid Fash. Yeah, so, wait a minute, where was this? The thing. Okay, wait a minute. There we go. All right. So, do that. Okay. Yeah, that dude. Yeah, the kid Flash was total. He seemed like total MAGA right there, right? He's like, you dumb liberals. It's okay if you're liberal. I'm just saying you want to be dumb and stupid. That was some fun stuff. Well, what else is going on? I guess that's it for tonight, or this morning, I should say. Ronnie. Well, anybody, who did Iran-Contra and, ended up at the end of his term basically being run by his wife and an astrologer, but you'll still see some of these old Republicans like, Reagan was the greatest president of my life. Like, well, your life sucks, dude. If he was the greatest president of your life. Yeah, so I guess we'll go ahead and end it right there. Like I said, if you liked everything, just like, share, and subscribe. If you want to donate to the show, we got links down below, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. You could be a Patreon. You get your name at the front of the show. You could do $1 a month. That's cool. That would help us out. Or, if you just want to share out the links, that helps as well. Any little bit helps, and I do appreciate all of it. And I love each and every one of you. He sounds like a guy in Texas. I'm not political, but we need to deport everyone, but, respectfully. Exactly. Yeah, so I'm going to try and be back Tuesday for Morning Extra. I think I'm feeling a lot better, like mentally and physically. And I know there's a lot of news we got to get to anyway. Maybe do some catch-up news too. I'm trying to get my audio situation for guests. I want to get Lainey Peterson on at some point pretty soon. She wants to she wants to discuss some things, and I figured, well, might as well get Miss Lainey on here. And Franco too. I know we're supposed to do something a couple of weeks ago. I must hopefully get my audio situation fixed this week, so we'll see. But in any event, I am 75% sure there'll be a Morning Extra on Tuesday. 75 is a nice safe number. So we'll just leave it at that. But thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. I love hanging out with you. I love each and every one of you. I hope you're safe. I hope you're doing well. Take care of each other. And please, folks, make sure you're using your critical thinking skills. Okay? Don't just take everything at face value. Scrutinize things. Because the people that want to control you in this world want it to be an easy thing for them. They want to easily control you, and we must make it as hard as possible to do that, to make that possible. I'm scared of where the world is going right now. I feel like, you see the people, like the guy doing the video with the, where he was fixing the lady's lawn, and he was doing it for free. And he came back to finish the job, even though the cops might arrest him. This is the world we're in right now. It's very scary, but don't let fear rule you. Okay. Find strength in your family, find strength in your friends, find strength in in your skills, in the work that you do. And once you educate yourself enough, fear can't control you. It's these ignorant ass people who don't want to learn about the world. They don't want to get outside of their bubbles. They feel comfortable inside their bubbles. And the powers that be keep them in these bubbles so they don't cause trouble. What we need to do is cause trouble. We need to cause a lot of trouble. So stay strong, be good to each other, and, stay safe out there. It's a crazy world, but there are good people in it. There's good people here in the chat, and there's good people watching this later on. My lurkers, you know who you are. Be sure, I just want to make sure nobody else slipped in here at the last minute. I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I'll aim better next time. So I love y'all. I'm just rambling. I got to get the fuck out of here. I got to get some sleep. We'll see you hopefully on Tuesday. Okay. Peace out. Smell you later.
There can be only one.
Nice to meet you. My name's Warren.
And my name's Cornbread. That motherfucker's name was Cornbread.